College, Ben Waurms, Director of Operations. Welcome to update number 7. Standing behind Richardson Hall right now, and up behind me you can see that this is the old entrance to Richardson Hall. So we are down underneath grade by about 6 feet, a little over 6 feet. You can see that right here they've just completed the foundation, the new foundation for the new entrance section, and the masons and the concrete guys are getting ready for the foundation walls. These foundation walls will all be poured. You can see that with the red chalk lines that they're marking out where the foundation walls are going to go, and that they're also going to tie into the existing concrete structure with these 5/8 inch rebar rods. You can also see a little bit of a change from our last update where it was just bare concrete with the metal ledge. This is a very thick black water vapor barrier membrane that's been added and tarred and sealed, so every single penetration point in the wall has been sealed, so there's no way that water is going to get in here. This membrane has multiple layers over the points where water might get back into the building. So completely different building now with all of the water vapor barrier that has happened. And the foundation work will also have drainage system installed as well. In a few minutes I'm going to be showing you the process that the masons are going through to add block to this wall to prepare for the stone that'll begin next week. At the foundational level, we're getting ready to pour. They've just poured these new foundation pier columns, and they're getting ready to bring in the precast staircases for the entrances. You can see that the masons have also set their rebar, and what they're doing is they're getting ready to mount these block pieces for the stone ledge, or the stone ledge that's going to go on the building starting next week, Monday and Tuesday. Alright, we're in front of Strohm Hall, and as you can see behind me, the masons are getting ready for the stone ledge. So they're placing the block, what they call the block brick ledge, on top of the foundation wall, and they're prepping for the stone sections. They're also wrapping around the other side, and this will also be a support for the metal panel wall sections, which will also begin in a week or so. Now behind me you can see there's this, basically we have a concrete mixing plant set up right on site. There's so much masonry work, as you saw earlier with the stone masons that were preparing the block, and we have another crew that's coming next week to work with the stone. We basically have to have our own mixing plant for the concrete on site. So what you see behind me are two large hopper units, and the masons can come back and forth to mix their concrete for all of the block work that they're doing on site. Alright, now we're in Richardson Hall in one of the third floor bedrooms, and we wanted to show you one of the conditions of the room after the drywall has been completed. You've heard me talk before about the pipes that were running along the floor and coming up from the floor. We've now moved those pipes, so now we have built a chase in the corner. There's no more pipes in the middle of the room. If you remember the electrical lines that were coming onto the floor, we channeled the floor out, extended the lines, and the lines will then come right up tight against the wall. Above me, our roofers are working on finishing up the roof on Richardson Hall. So they will be completing that today and then moving on to the roof at Strohm Hall on Monday. You saw earlier in the update that we were showing you shots of what the masons were doing with the block wall. They're prepping for the stone masons who will also be on site next week. So next week we'll primarily focus on the stone and the masonry at the foundation level. And the following week, we expect our first shipment of windows. So over the next 2 weeks, there's going to be a substantial change on the exterior of the building. All of the cosmetic things that we've been talking about for so long are going to start to take shape outside, and we're really excited to be able to show you those in the next couple of weeks.